You're currently living across 4 planes of existence, but most people are only aware of one, and that's why they feel lost, disconnected, and stuck in cycles they can't explain. If you don't understand the structure of reality, you'll keep trying to fix the physical plane while the real causes lie in invisible dimensions that you actually have direct access to. You need to understand that the universe exists only within the mind. Everything is a projection of consciousness. Consciousness creates our entire inner world, and it is also our outer world. This physical body, this physical world, everything is an externalization of consciousness. For example, this was once a thought, and now it has become physical. But before it was invented, it existed in someone's mind within consciousness in an invisible form. Then it was manifested, made physical. So everything that exists on the physical plane is in fact the result of a cause: consciousness, the mind, the mental plane. I will now explain these different dimensions of consciousness. You do not exist only on this physical plane. In fact, the physical plane is the lowest of the planes. It is the illusory plane. First, we have the Buddhic plane. It is nothingness. Imagine it as absolute emptiness. If you switch off your thoughts, nothing remains. It is the void, and from this void emerges infinite potential, which is the mental plane. Your mind has no limits. It can think of anything, be anywhere, at any time, in any place in the entire world. There are no limits to the mind. It is the realm of infinite possibilities, the realm of thought. Thought itself is a dimension, information, and thought. To go a bit further, there are pockets of thought, what in occultism are called thought fields. Your mind does not produce thoughts, it receives them. Your mind is like a radio. Whatever frequency it is tuned to, the mindset you adopt, the frequency you choose, you will receive thoughts that correspond to that tuning, to that mental intention. So, there are pockets of thought that we enter within the mental plane. The mind is the mental plane, the realm of infinite possibilities. It is the spark of creation. This is where all things begin to take shape as ideas, a thought in the mind. If you want to access certain information, you must meditate or practice mental exercises that allow you to enter this dimension of thought, this pocket of thought. For example, if you want to find a way to acquire financial wealth, you would use your mind. You would focus your mind on wealth and money. You would close your eyes and think about that specific subject and see where your mind takes you. In doing so, you extend your mind into different pockets of thought and gain information. That is the mental plane. This is how you can use the mental plane. You can use it in this way. Next, we have the astral plane. There is a higher, middle, and lower astral. The astral plane is the body of thought. Each dimension, physical, etheric, astral, mental, and Buddhic, is the body of a higher dimension. Each lower dimension is a product of the higher one. For example, the astral plane is imagination. It is the lucid realm of imagination. This is where thoughts begin to take on a certain form. It is not a physical form, because that belongs to physical matter, but imagination is a lucid form. It is not truly physical, yet it is there. It is a projection of light. It is astral matter condensed by the will of the mind. So, depending on the vibration of that thought, it will manifest either in the higher, middle, or lower astral plane. If you think about more material things and visualize material objects, it will manifest in the lower astral plane. This is because matter has a lower vibration. That does not mean it is bad or wrong. Lower vibration simply means more material. But if you think and imagine more spiritual things, they manifest in the higher astral plane. The astral plane is therefore the screen in your mind that allows you to visualize an apple, that allows you to visualize anything, this mental projection within your mind. This is what is called the third eye. It is an eye because the eye is the mind, and the mind can see within the astral plane. It perceives this spiritual world, this lucid realm that we have access to. This is also where infinite potential resides. It is the realm of spirits, demons, jinn, whatever you choose to call them. Spiritual entities exist here because this is where thought forms take shape. This is where thoughts create bodies. Think of it like this. The mental plane is the thought of a chair. The astral plane is the imagination of that chair and all the possible chairs it could be. The etheric plane is the energy, the energetic double of that chair, and the physical plane is the actual physical chair. So, as you can see, the higher you go in the planes, the more formless and lucid it becomes. The lower you go, the denser it becomes. This is the formless, and that is the form. Everything manifests through this process. What you see here in the physical plane began as an idea in the mental plane. Everything starts in consciousness before creating a physical body. It goes through this entire process. So if you want to begin shaping and creating your own reality and creating things in your world, you can use these planes to your advantage. You can use your mind by doing mental exercises. Close your eyes and extend your mind into a different pocket of thought to gain wisdom, information, insights. To do this, enter a meditative state. Close your eyes, choose a subject you want to focus on, and see where your mind takes you. But always stay centered on that subject. You can do this for an hour, 2 hours, or even half an hour. And your mind will take you to places where it unlocks information. You can even use this to make decisions in your life. Think about a subject and see where your mind takes you. You will gain insights. That is how you use the mental plane for ideas. The astral plane is imagination. You must reconnect with your imagination in a very vivid way. Your consciousness is infinite. It is not a three-dimensional plane. It is an infinite one. You can think and create anything within your consciousness, within your imagination. You can think of anything and imagine anything in the smallest details. You simply need to reconnect with your imagination. Once you know how to use the mental and astral planes, thought and imagination, you must then use the physical plane to take action with your physical body and begin to manifest those desires from the higher planes. It is very important to master the mind because the mind is the very fabric of reality. We become what we think about. Your life is the product of all the thoughts you have had in the past. It is the mind that directs the flow of consciousness, and wherever that consciousness flows, that is what you will create in your life. Consciousness is the most powerful force in the universe, and the mind is like the universe in microcosm. It is infinite potential, and your mind will continue to expand into new realms of thought forever. You are eternal. You are not this physical body down here. You are consciousness, literally dreaming that you are in this physical body. So everything begins with the mind. We must be aware of the thoughts that enter our mental field of consciousness. There is a level of self-awareness you can reach where you become aware of nearly every thought that enters your mind. We have more than 7,000 thoughts per day. You can reach such mastery of the mind that you become aware of every thought you think. And that is where you gain higher power, because when the mind is fully under self-control, you can direct its powerful force toward a specific goal. Most people's minds are dualistic. They want something, but their mind thinks something else. They have limiting belief systems. They have that little voice that says, "You can't do this. You're a failure." That is a fractured mind. The mind must be unified. It must be on your side, not your enemy. Do not let your own mind take your power away. Your mind must be on your side, empowering you, offering you the best possible thoughts and beliefs. When the mind is in this aligned state with you, and it does not take your power away through destructive thoughts, it becomes a powerful force used to manifest and create anything. And the way to bring the mind onto your side is through consistent meditation, learning to control the mind, to switch it on and off through the reprogramming of the subconscious via visualization, affirmations, and the cultivation of emotions connected to your goal. These are the 3 methods we can use to gradually reprogram the mind over time so that it becomes powerful, aligned with you, and no longer produces negative or contradictory thoughts. When the mind is fully aligned with a single focus, it can create immense empires and realities in your physical world.